Let's delve once again into the intriguing world of combat sports. Today, we have two captivating stories to uncover. First, the statement of BJJ superstar Mikey Musumeci on the rampant use of steroids in jiu-jitsu has sparked a fierce debate amongst the combat sports community. Meanwhile, UFC star Alexander Volkanovski has embarked on a transformative journey, joining forces with BJJ legend Craig Jones to enhance his ground game. Let's get into the first news now. Mikey Musumeci, renowned for his accomplishments in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, is not just an exceptional athlete, but also an advocate for clean and fair competition. As a five-time IBJJF world champion, Musumeci holds a firm stance against the use of steroids in the sport. Recently, he expressed his views on the prevalence of steroids in BJJ and the detrimental impact they have on both the sport and its practitioners. In an Instagram post on Monday, Musumeci shared a notification from ONE that his latest post-fight sample had come back clean. "I want to thank ONE Championship and Chatri for testing athletes for steroids and PDs," he wrote in the post. Unfortunately, the past and the current generation of jiu-jitsu is ridiculous with the amount of steroids involved, but luckily ONE is capable of changing the landscape of jiu-jitsu with this testing. Musumeci further revealed that he urges his opponents and himself in every match to get tested before the fight happens, relating to the fact that there are no shortcuts in this game. Remember, if you hear people say the whole versus part flaw from formal logic, everyone is doing them, so I should as well. And therefore I am not cheating. Realize you don't need to inject a needle in your butt to be a champion. You don't need to take shortcuts to be a champion. Get a stronger mind and better jiu-jitsu, and make it happen. This echoes his interview with ONE Championship a few weeks ago, where Musumeci called fighters taking steroids weak-minded. Musumeci, who is focusing on his career as ONE Championship flyweight submission grappling world champion, shed light on his concerns about the influence of steroids in the BJJ community. "It would be such a healthier, less toxic environment," Musumeci said. "It's just these meatheads that are on so much steroids and so masculine and macho, and it's just so stupid. I feel like it would just be a safer place for everyone." Musumeci's gripe with steroids goes beyond the harmful message it sends to the youth. He says steroids are inhibiting the technical development of jiu-jitsu. "It would be a more technical jiu-jitsu," he added. "So a lot of the best people, their jiu-jitsu works because theoretically they have the strength to do their positions. But if they didn't have that steroid strength, what would they be doing? They would need more positions, they would need more variations. So I think jiu-jitsu would be 10 times more technical than it is today if there were no steroids." In both mediums, Musumeci has lauded ONE Championship for its stringent drug testing policies, emphasizing that it creates a level playing field for athletes like himself. Musumeci remarked, "At least I don't have to deal with these guys injecting steroids all year. They have to at least cycle off a month to fight me, so that's nice." He strongly believes that the use of steroids sends the wrong message to future generations, promoting a culture of drug dependency rather than skill and technique. He expressed his desire for a cleaner, safer, and more technically focused environment in BJJ. According to Musumeci, the absence of steroids would lead to a jiu-jitsu landscape that relies more on technical prowess rather than brute strength. He stated, "It would be such a healthier, less toxic environment. It's just these meatheads that are on so much steroids and so masculine and macho, and it's just so stupid. I feel like it would just be a safer place for everyone." Beyond the physical dangers, Musumeci also highlighted the psychological and long-term effects of steroid use. He pointed out the mood swings and brain impairments associated with steroid abuse, as well as the accelerated aging it can cause. Drawing from personal experiences and encounters with individuals involved in steroid use, Musumeci stressed the need for change and commended ONE Championship for spearheading efforts to transform the sport. Musumeci's concerns about steroid abuse in BJJ are shared by other notable figures in the community. Michelle Nicolini, another prominent BJJ competitor, has also questioned the perceived leniency in addressing the issue. The topic of steroids surfaces periodically when competitors fail drug tests, prompting discussions on how to effectively address and rectify the situation. As the BJJ community grapples with the impact of steroids and the need for change, Musumeci's outspokenness serves as a reminder of the importance of integrity, fairness, and the pursuit of excellence. What are your thoughts on Mikey Musumeci's stance against steroids and drug abuse? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, we'd love to know whether you've enjoyed the video so far. If so, please subscribe to Valor Strategy Grappling and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on the upcoming videos. The UFC is preparing for their upcoming UFC 290 event, which features none other than number 2 ranked Alexander Volkanovski, who will face off against Yair Rodriguez for the Featherweight title. The title has been vacant since Volkanovski stepped up from his usual weight class to fight Islam Makhachev, but lost the match. In the same night, Yair Rodriguez won against Josh Emmett, hoping to grab the interim featherweight title. However, Volkanovski's loss meant that he had to fight another match in order to cement that title. But it's not going to be easy for him by any chance. In the past few months, Alexander Volkanovski has been working hard with BJJ Legend Craig Jones, and he recently posted an update from the training sessions that they have been holding with Craig and the B-Team Jiu Jitsu squad. This past week was the UFC 290 International Featherweight Week, and Volkanovski looked to be in high spirits, claiming that he will show why he's the best featherweight in the world. The video itself shared a couple of exciting training scenes between Craig and Volkanovski. Talking about the sparring session, Volkanovski also mentions how training BJJ practitioners is so different.
This is definitely still exciting for me because man, he's good, man. He's a dangerous fighter. It's exciting. So it's making me have to think a little bit differently and then bring in still game plan like how I did with Makhachev. Bring certain guys in and focus on certain things and so I can get a good feel, a good understanding, be comfortable. Just little things like that. It's cool. But again, like when we're doing sparring and bringing people in, like obviously you're bringing your Craig Joneses, because people are going to try and figure me out, right? And then think that, we got him figured out. It's like, well, no one's got me figured out more than my own training partner.
Further along the video, we also see Craig Jones compare the grappling style at B-Team Jiu Jitsu with Volkanovski's former opponent, Islam Makhachev. He admitted that it's a completely opposite style. Islam's style of grappling is to apply consistent pressure until he gets to the top position, shut down his opponent's position, and ultimately take very little risks when going down for submissions. Craig reveals that Islam would struggle to overcome a traditional BJJ approach and would concede to techniques such as the closed guard, claiming that in a lot of ways, he's breaking the rules of what BJJ fighters are really told to do. However, his aggression is how he's able to excel in such situations. Furthermore, talking about Makhachev's aggression, Craig analyzed that if any fighter gets in his close guard, Makhachev would throw them to the ground and be very aggressive with his downward elbows. And if a fighter postures up, he would throw upward axe kicks instead of regular ones. And then using transitions going to the triangle and armbar positions, he's able to put fighters in a panic state, and all of these moves are outside the norm. Craig then went up and paralleled this with Yair Rodriguez's thinking. He revealed that Yair is quite similar to Islam in the sense that he will not let anyone relax on the ground. He's really similar to Tony Ferguson in how he plays closed guard. That's the complete opposite type of game to Islam. His advice to Volkanovski is to maintain consistent pressure, revealing that they've worked together to specifically address a lot of the techniques that Yair Rodriguez uses. According to Craig, he and his B-Team squad have worked with Volkanovski on many techniques involving the closed guard ground positions, as well as how to create and tackle triangles in BJJ. UFC 290 is slated for July 8th and will take place at the T-Mobile Arena in Paradise, Nevada. The co-main event of the night will feature Brandon Moreno taking on Alexandre Pantoja for the flyweight title. The second co-main event will feature Robert Whittaker taking on Dricus du Plessis for the middleweight title. Do you think Craig Jones training Volkanovski will see a new beast emerge on July 8th at the T-Mobile Arena? Let us know in the comments section below. And that concludes our video for today.